Back into the action with the mayor of Earth, Mike Hagar, a former pro wrestler turned mayor. And oh dear, in the subway we have problem with Slash. Careful of Slash though. While he does defend himself, he can also hit you very hard with a overhand hit, along with his pallet buddy Axel. And oh my, the legendary sword, Mazamura. Not so much. Oh, Elgato. You and your knives, which I can pick up and throw. Cody will sometimes weld those for a few strikes. But Mike Hagar, he just throws them. Cody will still throw them if you press forward. Otherwise, he'll just stab if you stand there. And oh my, who is this? Another big guy, Andor Jr. And Jr., well, you want to be careful with him. Besides having a serious, bad odor to him, he will grab you, choke you, and possibly slam you. But you can do the same in return. My horrible playing aside, I'm sure those guys were loitering, doing absolutely nothing. Lies. Headbutts. Now throughout the game, the items are somewhat randomized, as in some of them will always be the same item that you find in barrels, tire stacks, etc. But sometimes they'll contain different objects. And Hollywood, well, is always Hollywood. And you can leave the objects on the screen for however long you need to. And jewelry is points. Oh dear, here's big Andor himself. And Sid. Or Billy. Oh, Billy. You and your handcuffs and mohawk. Perhaps I should have lowered the difficulty a little bit. I am not having a good day now, am I? And jump kicking, well, the safest fighting method, is kind of boring to watch. So rise from the heavens, Mike Hagar. And show Andor he shouldn't be cheating. Alas, there is no two-player mode in this game. The arcade you could play with two players at the same time. They fixed that in future sequels in the Super NES, but by then everybody was on to different systems. And well, after the final fight, you'd think Final Fight would be the only one. Surprisingly, most games with final in them, or last, end up having sequels. And the games that say they're going to have sequels usually end up not having sequels. And there is meat. Meat I found on the street. Is it good for me? Absolutely. Also, using range to your advantage. While slow, and not super powerful, it does methods for what you want to do. And I just barely grabbed that food. As our subway car comes to a stop. And out of all the places to go to, we're back on the street. With another guaranteed turkey. Usually at the beginning of each subsection, there is a barbecue for you to feast on and restore all your life. Billy, on the other hand, likes to flip around. I could say a lot of things about Billy, but I probably better not. That'll get me in trouble. Also, time limit. Never have to worry about it. It's just there so the game goes on. And you just don't stand there doing this. And even then, time limit really doesn't matter. Sure, you lose a life after the timer hits 0. But at this point, there's no worries. Now on the other hand, I suddenly find myself back in a wrestling ring with a very animated crowd. Or a picture of a very animated crowd. Against... Hey, that's not a wrestler! That's a samurai! Oh dear, katana. Dual wielder of katanas. And he likes to drop them. And he also likes to pretend he's hurt. So knock the katanas out of hand, and he'll go back to grab. What you want to do is stand right below him, so he can't rush you. Right below or right above. It's probably your best options. Use 2D to your advantage if possible. Use grabbing to your advantage if possible. Also, using those katanas will probably be useful. But remember, this is me. And yes, hit detection is a little bit off. And my speed is a little bit off tonight. Because usually by this time I've only lost 3 lives. And katana is canvas. And the subway park has been cleared. Or has it? Here comes the bonus. Hagar does not like Japanese imports. He wants you to buy American. So what does he do to your imports? He breaks them. With the power of lead pipe. Pretty easy bonus stage. Which I could have done a lot better on. But perfect is perfect. And lots of bonus points.
Oh my car.
Oh my car. Originally saying oh my god, obviously. But now we're gonna go the wrong way on a one-way street in our next video.